right. So thank you. Welcome everyone. And thank you for joining us. I am Tarshawn Renee Gibson, the Executive Director of the Black Principals Network here at Search Institute.
Hey y'all, thank you all for being in the space with us on this evening. I'm Delonte Burns. I'm the program director at the Black Principals Network, and I'm an alum of the first cohort, TOC 23. My agitators, hey y'all, we are so glad you all are here with us on this evening because we got three incredible leaders who are joining us to talk about the Eastern Summit. They're going to tell us more about their Southern Regional Leadership Summit experience, and they're going to tell you exactly what that experience was like straight from the room.
Yes, you heard it. This fall, we are coming to the East Coast, y'all. So, the Eastern Regional Leadership Summit, which will be in the Baltimore area, is built around
Y'all got to bear
is
with us
anchoring
because
your
I know.
seat.
There
We're
you
going to
go.
talk about stewarding it well. We also going to talk about designing systems that sustain us and actually work. And then how do we mobilize together as a region? You're about to hear what that looks like in real life from people that actually got a chance to experience a different theme, but the same concept at the Southern Regional Leadership Summit.
All right, so our panelists are about to come up. So y'all, let's meet our amazing leaders who are going to share with us their experience. I'd be like, make some noise for the woo.
Oh, they look so good. I'm so excited for you all to be here. We're going to start with some introductions. So I'm going to tell you, this is how I want it to go. I want you to tell us who you are, where you lead and serve, and then what made you decide to attend the Southern Regional Leadership Summit that we had in February.
You want me to start first? I can start first.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll kick it off. My name is Debbie Bennett. I serve as the assistant principal of Elizabeth Tate High School. I got a promotion. Huh? Yes. Yes. What made me come to the Southern? Because I'm a Midwesterner, and first of all, I am from Iowa. Those of us know. Yeah. So, what made me come? I've always followed the Black Principals Network, and it was at a time where I could go and I couldn't go. So I decided to go. And I wasn't disappointed at all. Best experience, 5 stars.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll piggyback on that. My name is Marunji Inman McCraw. Excuse me, Dr. Marunji Inman McCraw.
There you go.
Yes.
I am the proud principal of Inspired Teaching Demonstration School in Northeast Washington, D.C. I am also from Chocolate City. I am also a member of TLC 25, Transformative 22. And I'm always looking for spaces that are going to help me become a better leader. I'm at a professional development right now, and but honestly, was looking for through this summit community. Being a Black principal, of course, is incredibly rewarding, but it's also incredibly isolating. And so I was looking for not just professional development, but for community and to be in a room of people who understood what it means to lead as a Black principal.
Very good. That's my sister Marunji. Love her to life. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brandon D. Clayton, known to the Transformative 22 as a member of TLC 25 as Pastor B. I currently serve as the proud principal of Tacoma Elementary School in Northwest Washington, D.C. I am a Florida boy through and through from Jacksonville, Florida. Duval. That little shout out. I think one of the things, so I like I said, I was a member of Transformative 22, TLC 25. Once you've had that experience, you can't get enough. So whenever Black Principals Network, TLC Surge is getting ready to be in the building, I need to be there too. And that was simply it. I needed to see my siblings again, as I call them. My big sister, Tarshawn, my big brother, Delonte, I needed to see them again. And I needed to be there because I knew that it was going to be an experience that is consistently life-changing. And so I just needed some of that. It's one of those things you're not gonna be someplace where I can be and I'm not. So I'm like Debbie, when they say go, I'm going.
That's what I'm talking about. And we want you all to hear their stories so we can get you all in the room. We need you all in the room. So thank you all for sharing that. So now let's get into it. So to start this off, this is for each panelist, really quick. And Brandon, we'll start with you first. What's one word you would use to describe your summit experience? One word. Brandon, kick us off.
Transformative.
You can copy. You can use that word if you want to. Then
No,
okay.
no, no. Let's see. Skip me.
I got you. I got you. Mine is grounding.
Mine would be healing.
I love that. I love that so much. I love that. And I'm so glad that each of you came in the room. I'm so excited that you all were in the space. But I also want you to be honest with us because we know what it's like to be on the fence. What almost kept you from going and what ultimately made you say, I'm glad I decided to be in the room? And this time I'm going to start with Moranji.
Honestly, it's probably the same thing that keeps a lot of principals from pursuing professional development is time and money. Getting out of my building is never easy. There's always a million reasons to stay and to say that, or to convince ourselves that we have to be in the building and that our people in our building needs us every minute of those 180 days. And so I had to intentionally make Black Principals Network, just broadly speaking, part of my larger professional development strategy, even before the summit came up. And so it wasn't, when the summit came up, it wasn't this extra thing that I wanted to do. It was part of my larger development strategy for myself. As I said, I'm always looking for professional development opportunities. And something I've learned over the years is like, if it's not on my calendar, if it's not built into my budget, it's not real. And so I had to do that for myself, you know, as a strategy to sort of protect it. And so I'm glad I made the decision. I think, you know, I was able to gain ideas and perspectives, of course, and see my TLC 25 brothers and sisters, of course. But it was just a reminder that when you invest in yourself strategically, like it pays off and you can say like, I'll be there. And so sometimes the biggest decision you can make for yourself as a principal is to invest in yourself. And so that's what I did with time and money. And so that initially was my like potential barrier. But because I had done that planning ahead, I was able to be like, and I'm out.
That's good. Thank you, Ranji. Brandon, I would love to hear from you. Did you carry any of that same hesitation walking into
it's always one of those things when you think about, like Moranji said, professional development. How do I find the time? How do I find the energy? I have to pack. Like that's a lot. Like just to pack a suitcase to get on a plane to travel when you're used to managing life for everybody else all day, every day. And then you got to manage life for yourself. Who, me? Nah, we're not doing that. But I come to a place in my life at the big age, my big age, to say to myself, life either happens to you, or life can happen through and with you. And so Moranji called me and actually said, "Hey, bro, we going to this summit or now?" And she said, "I booked my flight on Delta. You need to book yours." And I, to be honest, I did. I got on. I say, "Send me the flight information." And let me tell you, Moranji was up at 1 o'clock in the morning texting me. But guess what? I was up at 1 o'clock getting the
What
text
are we
after
telling
she
my
sent
Listen, she said be real. She said tell it all. She said
it.
tell
And
it all.
so she said, book your flight, and I did. And so we could around here. Once you go through any type of BPN TLC event opportunity, we catch flights and not feelings.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious. There's so many quotables. I know Angie is having a field day right now. All right. So, but the good thing is you won't have to pack as much for the Eastern Summit because we in your area this time.
Right.
All right. But ultimately, that is what the anchor part is about. It's about protecting your seat because that starts with choosing to show up for yourself. And it's
Right.
so hard for us to choose ourselves in these seats. So I'm so glad that you did. And I hope you're encouraging other people to do so.
Yeah, now all of us have gone to conferences. Every conference promised us something different. And I'm curious to hear from you all. Was there a moment when you realized this isn't a typical conference? Debbie, let's start with you. What happened?
I walked in the door. That's what happened. I got there and I'm sitting there and I'm the greeting from the table. First of all, the ambiance done very well. I was like,
Yes.
this is nice. And then I walk up to the table and it's the greeting. It's the, hey sis, well, where you? Oh, you're from Iowa. Hey, come on, let me give you a hug because I needed it.
Mm.
Because I needed it, you know? And then walking in the room. Now, this is like the table, we're supposed to be greeters. If you're at the table, if you're doing registration, if you're doing all these things. But it was when everybody else came in. And I did not feel like the only one. I did not feel like a stranger. I did not feel like, I wasn't part of the crew. If you're streaming, if you're looking at this, they've all been in like some type of TLC cohort. I have not, and I'm still family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I never felt like it was, oh, this is us, and then it's y'all. Oh, okay. No, it was us together. So it was the camaraderie from the beginning. It was the warmth. And sometimes we don't get that warmth, you know? And it was wonderful. It was a beautiful experience. So if you are definitely in need of finding your people, your tribe, and if you feel like, well, nobody will come with it, girl, guy, no, get the ticket, pack your bag, come see your tribe, come see your
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
you know?
That. I love that. Thank you. Brandon, did you have a similar moment? I know you're from TLC, but was there a similar moment for you where you realized this is because we often say this isn't a conference, it's a collective, a convening, those kinds of things. But was there a moment that you realized this wasn't your typical conference?
Yeah, well, let me tell you a little funny story about that moment. So it too happened when we got off the elevator as well. And so we thought we saw one of our TLC 25 sisters transformed to 22, which was Stacy, who by the way is a leader of one of the top 5 schools in Chicago.
Top five. That's
Um,
right.
Better brag
that's
on her.
that's our sister. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And so we were so excited because we knew Stacy was going to be in the building. So we see the back of this lady, which is actually now Debbie. So Debbie is the back of this lady, and we go Stacy,
Yeah,
and we
indeed.
go running up to her, and she don't really move, but she kind of turn around slowly, and we're like, "Oh, who is this Stacy person?" And so we've been hooked in with Debbie ever since. She our she's our adopted sister some kind of way because we kind of got in with that, and we knew it was getting ready to be a time. I mean,
oh,
when you come to an experience like this, stepping off the elevator is an experience, to be
yeah.
honest. Like when you step on whatever floor
Mhm.
the venue is on, you are about to have an
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that was simply it. It was an experience.
Thank you. It's okay. Thank you. All
Yeah.
right. So, I have another question. And Moranji, she does look like Stacy. She actually does. But Moranji, I have a question that I want to ask you because I feel like we kind of talked about this a little bit.
Mhm.
Think back to one session, a conversation, or a moment that stayed with you. What is one takeaway you've already put into practice in your leadership, and what difference has it made? So try to isolate. I know there were so many,
So many.
but try to isolate that one moment
Yeah.
that really stuck with you.
Um, well, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna make a comment, and then I'm sorry, I'm gonna cheat. There's a comment that stuck with me, but I'm not gonna elaborate. I'm just gonna say that martyrdom is not a character flaw; it's
Ooh.
a flaw of the system that has stuck with me. I'm gonna leave that
Shout out
right
to
there for a minute.
John. Shout out to
The thing,
John
yes, yes,
Mhm.
thank you for
Mhm.
John. Now I remember John's last name.
Hemingway.
Anyway,
Hemingway, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What I'm going to talk about is the session that I went to that Dr. Brandy Chin led around her work and her book, Hope is Not a Strategy. Um, and because I think that's the one that has permeated my entire, how I lead my leadership team immediately. And I think that was sort of the crux of your question is like, how has my leadership changed as a result of that moment? I ordered the book on the spot. I ordered several copies for my leadership team on the spot. We have a great, joyful, collaborative culture in my building. People genuinely love children and want to see them thrive. But something that I realized is that we are a team that sometimes we're able to celebrate we are successful, but not always able to articulate why, like what led to that successful thing that we're celebrating. And as somebody who is really committed to this idea of sustainability of the work that we're doing, I want to be able to answer the question why, so we can replicate it whether I'm there or not. And so one of the first things we did when we got back, when I got back, is gave that book to everybody, said you need to read it. There's a chapter in there where she talks about criteria for success and just outlining if you want this thing to happen in your building, how are you going to get there? How are you going to measure success? And so it sounds really simple, and it is really simple, but it is a simple thing that really shifted the way my leadership team talks about our work. And instead of saying something like, I think it went well, we're saying something like, here's what we were trying to accomplish. Here's how I know it was accomplished or not. And what did we do to produce that outcome? And I think it's made my leadership team just much more intentional instead of just hopeful. The hope is needed in this work. It matters. But pairing that with strategy, I think is really what makes us as leaders transformational, to use Brandon's word from earlier. So that's, I think, one thing that really has changed the quality of my leadership conversations is that session by Dr. Chen.
Thank you for that. Shout out to Brandy, Dr. Brandy Chan, who is also one of our coaches for the Leadership Collaborative and has been down with us. But yes, one of the things that we're very clear about is making sure people can give you practical things that you can walk away with and apply from people that have sat in the seat and understand your experience.
Right.
yeah, and one of the themes I hope the audience, you all, are hearing is that this isn't just about inspiration. You're gonna be inspired though, but it's not just leaving that space feeling good. It's also information you can use on Monday, not next year, not 20 days from now. It is like, how are you coming into these spaces and getting information, frameworks, research, tools, practices that you can then use Monday morning?
Yeah.
All right. I love that. All right. One more on the spot question for just one person. I'm thinking, Brandon, I got a question for you. So one of the things we hear the most about BPN is the power of community. And you kind of talked a little bit about that in some of your experience, but can you tell us about a connection that you have made at the Southern Summit? Who did you meet and what has that relationship grown into or blossomed into or deepened into since then?
We know that in education, Black leaders, specifically Black male leaders, make up only 1% of the population. So there are two Black males who I kind of reconnected with. I used to be a principal in Florida, and in Florida, still Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County. CJ Wellington is a GOAT. I reconnected with him, and then Truett Moreland, which is a high school principal in Jacksonville, was there as well. So to remake that connection was phenomenal for me. And then Jadon Hemingway, I mean, I got to give that woman some flowers, like plenty of flowers for her work that she done, which was healing for everybody. To have a Black leader who has been at the top and the highest of highs and at the lowest of lows, and is still thriving and able to authentically share her experience. And then there's Chris Goins, who did the same thing, a leader from Philadelphia, who was so real and authentic. I don't know if we were like, we just needed some ushers to carry us out after his fireside chat with Tara Sean. And I still follow those leaders to this day. following them on social media,
Yeah.
connecting in their inbox like a groupie or something, because they're simply amazing. And then going back to the good Dr. Brandy Chan that Marani talked about, Brandy's work is life changing for me as well. One of the things she said is that you don't have quality without consistency, and you don't have
Mm.
consistency without accountability.
Mm.
You
Mm,
got to get her book.
Mm.
There are four values that she gives. She says values first. We know what we stand for, and as leaders, expectations must be clear, and they must be so clear that everybody who's under you have to try to get it wrong on purpose. So they have to
Mm.
be intentional about that. There has to be real progress. We have to follow up. So we have to have follow up that support, not surveil, and then we have to have buy-in plus ownership, and people support what they help create. And really knowing that, and she gives a framework for
Mm.
creating systems and structures that allow people to realize that, hey, this is the work, and I got to do this. And if I don't, I'm going to be left behind. And so you don't want to be one of those. And I give you that plug. She said, I'm going to create a system that the people who follow you will say, I don't want to be left behind, so I'm going to do this work. I say that to each of you here today. Don't be left behind. Don't meet us there. Beat us there in Baltimore. That's
Yeah.
where you need to be. And that's all I can say for you. If you are not there, you're about to miss out, and you're gonna
Yep.
be left behind.
Yep.
I love that, and I didn't know that this was going to turn into a workshop as well. It's like so many good tools. This is like a live stream summit now. Like we giving people like these gems. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, I should have brought my notebook to take some notes. This is
There's your
good, Debbie,
most.
good sister. I want to. I know, right? My moleskin's over. I should have brought it over here. Goodness, always bring your moleskin to anything
Always,
BPN
always,
related. You never know what lessons you're gonna
always.
get. Debbie, I want to start with you. Looking at your leadership today,
Yes.
how has attending the Southern Summit changed the way you lead? What's something your staff or your students or maybe your colleagues would notice that's different because of that experience?
The word I'm gonna go back to the word that I used to describe it, and I'm gonna say healing.
Mm.
Okay. And so with that healing, it comes that accountability, that motivation, but also when Moranchi talked about that martyrdom, that thing was a thing. It's like because you feel like as a leader that you have to do it. You have to be there. You have to come up with the idea. You have, and so everybody gets to lay back and you get to work yourself to death. And so, no, no, we're not doing that. All of us have something to bring to the table. Let's all come to the table, even kids, because we think we're doing it right, and the kids are like, that's not it, you know. And giving everyone a voice and encouraging that, and being able to support being there, not being in office, not handling all the discipline, not doing all this stuff. No, we're gonna be. I'm there. I'm with you. You
Mm.
know, what do you need? How can I
Mm.
help? You know, and so that's the different vibe from the time I left, because literally I went back to work that Monday. I left on a Sunday from Atlanta, went back to work that Monday, and walked in like, hey, good morning, hey, hi, how's everyone? You know, and it was a difference. So
Mm.
I'm really looking forward to this school year.
All
Yeah.
right. I love that.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Moranji, I would
Mm.
love to hear what your team would say has shifted in how you lead as a result of the summit. Yeah.
My team would, I'm not sure that I lead differently, but I definitely think they would say my language is probably sharper around this idea of martyrdom and
Mhm.
sustainability. I lead a team of primarily Black women, my leadership team, and they would probably say I am talking a lot more about sustainability and moving away from this idea that we need to be heroes or extraordinary.
Yes.
And that I'm always talking about, okay, that's a great idea. That's a great thing that we're going to do. But what's the system that's going to hold that up? How do we automate that? How do we make sure that it's not you doing that work till all hours of the night? They hear me say things like, put the work where it belongs. Is that your most important work? How are we measuring success? So they're hearing me talk a lot more in ways that are about strengthening systems, strengthening our meeting structures, using our time to make decisions in ways where we are not having to recreate the wheel, but thinking about enhancement or doing things like little experiments to try a thing out versus starting from scratch all the time. And so I talk to them a lot about how do we make sure that it's not that we are indispensable, but that we are building systems that help excellence thrive, whether we're in the room or not.
Yes.
Ooh. Y'all
Yes.
taking notes?
Yes.
I hope y'all taking notes.
Yes.
And what you all are hearing, Tara Shaw earlier talked about anchor. What you all just heard there is stewardship. That's another principle that we're centering, objective we have for the summit is stewardship. These are the habits, the decisions that protect the seat for the long haul and not just for one season.
Yeah. All right. So I know you just finished, but you on a roll. You in your bag, as we would say about Delonte. We say that all the time. He be in his bag. So uh, I want to start with Brandon, and then would love to hear from one of you, Delonte. You pick. The Eastern Regional Leadership Summit is around the corner, but based on what you gained from the Southern Summit, why would you encourage Black school leaders in the Eastern region to make time for this experience?
I'm gonna step into the real bag and be packed to be for just a minute. The good book says that promotion doesn't come from man, but it comes from God, and that's the book that I read. And no offense to anyone else, but that's what it said to me. One of the things I say is, oftentimes we forget who allowed us to be in this space because this work is hard as hell. Especially if you are a leader post pandemic, that is some different type of work that has not been written in books. Theologians, them people haven't talked about it. It's not in the doctoral program. You are tried by fire, and then you come out burnt up. But if you come to BPN, the Eastern Summit, you won't be burnt. You won't even smell like smoke. Like it's a space of healing and sustainability. It will allow you to make two decisions. Am I going to stay in the seat, or am I going to move out the way for somebody else to have a seat? And it allows you to do that. It allows you to leave feeling connected, having a lifelong network. Debbie is our sister. She said she didn't do TLC yet. See, I'm gonna
Yes.
put that yet on that for her.
Yes.
Yet. She
Mhm.
didn't do it yet, but she's on the glory. I felt that she's on the way.
Boy. That's a good.
Oh, TLC 27?
But
Application
Debbie is
goes
connected. Look at this. She is here in this space as a panelist, sought after. Like she made an impact on somebody. Not only is it about you getting from, but what do you bring to the table too that others can receive from you? There is something that you have inside of you that needs to be departed in other places. And Debbie did that. That's why she's here today on this table because she imparted. Um, into each of us. You know that our first connection when we thought she was Stacy. She just turned around and laughed at us and loved on us from that moment. And that's what this is about: sustaining your work in this seat. And remember, one of the quotes that I leave you with is that rest is not a reward, but it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
And we learn that, and it allows you to get away from your building. It allows you to clear your head from the work and it allows you to be poured into and uplifted and elevated so that you can continue doing what the good Lord called you to do, and that is to lead unapologetically as your authentic self. And if you don't rest and you don't get away and you don't allow your cup to be refilled, you won't be able to do
Mhm.
that.
Mhm. That's good. That's good. Baranji, I would love to
Yes.
hear. Is there anything you want to add to that?
Um, yes, I think, of course, it allowed me to expand my network, as Brandon talked to. Of course, I got like some skills and strategies. I think the thing that I was surprised about from the summit was how I left feeling uh, more clear about my own aspirations, not like necessarily somewhat what I want to do next, but also what I want this current seat to look like, what I want my current work to look like. And so I think that that is something, obviously there's no guarantees, but that is certainly something I was surprised that I walked away with. And I think as you think about whether you're going to go or not, if you're a person who's like not sure, am I staying in the seat, am I going in the seat, if I like how I'm in the seat, it's certainly a place where that those questions that the seat brings can help get clarified. And so my own aspirations were much clearer leaving the summit, and so I think that's something you can expect, or at least plan for, is having a clear vision for what's next for yourself, whether it's leaving, staying, or staying differently.
That's good. And again, I want to bring that again back to our objective. So again, you heard us say earlier, anchored. We talk about stewardship, and then our last two is design and mobilize. And what you just heard them speak to is how design and mobilize work together, that interconnectedness, which is, speaks to building systems that hold up under pressure. Because if you've been in the principal seat, there will be pressure.
Right.
If the role is not absent from pressure, but how do you build the systems to hold that up? And then also building them alongside other leaders instead of doing that work alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for bringing that back together. Come on, Brother Bishop Delante. We appreciate you. All right. So I'm going to close us all out. And I think that this is a question that we want to ask of each of you, if you don't mind. I want us to close with this. We want to hear from you, and I want you to imagine a Black school leader, because we talked about this, that is watching this live stream right now. There they are. Say, hey, y'all. Everybody wave. Okay. They are trying to decide whether to register for the Eastern Regional Leadership Summit, especially right now during Early Bird.
Yes.
What is your
Early
message
bird.
that you would give directly to them if they're on the fence and trying to make that decision? And I'm going to start with Debbie. Why not?
Why not? Um, I'm gonna go back to the words, because even though we're in summer vacation, quote unquote, we're in the summer. A lot of us are planning. A lot of us are going to professional development, and some of these professional developments are just like, eh, you know, and you don't get that type of connection that you would coming to this conference. If you are, our seats are hard. It just is, you know. So I think it happens at a perfect time after school has started and things are rolling and everything. And you're like, well, it's too early. You know, I can't leave. Yes, you need that. You need that. You need to come in, have a seat, get loved on, and be healed, possibly, or just to put something else in your bag, because we all have bags. We all have like trunks at this point, you know, and to get something and put and bring it back and make it new. Revive. Okay. It's a revival. Call it a revival, Tearshawn.
Mm.
Call it a revival. The
Mm.
fall revival. We're gonna have Brandon preach a word. Okay. All right.
Oh, goodness.
All night.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, seriously. And then also, if you do have a AP, bring your AP.
Hmm.
Bring your AP, because it's not gonna hurt. All it's gonna do is make you stronger as a team. As a team, if you have a teacher who is thinking about getting in that seat, bring that teacher. I have a friend right now I'm talking to that's in the principal's program, and she sees what's happening, And it's like, ugh, sometimes we can make it look real, ugh, But then I kept telling her about this conference I went to, and I'm like, it's in Baltimore. You should come with me because I want her to see something different. Once again, I live in Iowa, and I want her to see that there are people who will wrap their arms around you, but also you will learn. You will get learning here that we may not get in Iowa. Okay.
Mm.
And our schools will be better because of this. That's all I gotta say.
Uh, we'll do Morangi, then Bishop Deacon Brandon Clayton will close us out.
I I think I started to say, like, one of the things that the two things that potentially kept me from going were time and money resources. And this is not a nice to have. I think it's necessary. And I just encourage anybody who is wondering, like, can I make it happen? Like, this is an investment in yourself. And if that value, if that isn't enough of an ROI, like if that's not enough for you, I would have you think about the stakeholders, your students, your teachers, your assistant principals, and what we know research says about strong instructional leadership, and strong leaders make strong teachers and has direct impact on kids. So, like, if investing in yourself is not enough, let's go to the kids. That's what we're ultimately doing. You're going to leave challenged. You're going to leave with a sharpened and clear vision for your own leadership, but also, I think, have some possibility models, to Debbie's point about what you can create in your school community. It's going to get you connected. And I think anything that you can do that's going to better equip you when you go back into your building, back into your context, I think is worth doing. And I think it's necessary. Is necessary, and I'll make it even a finer point of it. I think that is the charge of the seat. Like, the charge of the seat isn't just to just do a bunch of stuff in the
Yeah.
building, observe classes. I think if we're expecting kids to learn and grow and problem solve, if we're expecting teachers to learn and grow and problem solve, then
Yeah.
hello, what are we
Yeah.
doing? I think this
Yeah.
is particularly for Black leaders, where you can do that and you can take risks and you can be challenged and pushed in a safe place that is also pouring back into you. And I think that is also something that makes it very different from other professional development opportunities for leaders. Is you're going to have that you're going to have a nice little container for that learning, to take care of you while you try some things out and while you learn. So it's an investment, and I think it is necessary, not an add-on. So figure out how you can put it in that budget, move stuff around, put it on your calendar right now so that people know you will not be there. And we'll see you in Charm City in a few months.
Brandon, close us out, brother, please.
Nike said just do it, and Fubu said they were created for us by us. This is a space that is curated for Black leaders. Period. Like Debbie said, and Iowa. Where you from, Debbie? Iowa.
It's Iowa.
Okay, you're not gonna get this in Iowa unless BPN surge, all of it goes to Iowa. You're not gonna get this in Iowa, but you can take it back to Iowa
Yes.
once you get it. Debbie
Yes.
said, bring your bag. I'm gonna say leave that bag at home because you're gonna get a bag when you come. You sign up.
And it's gonna be a nice
You're
one.
gonna get a bag or two.
It's gonna be a nice
I got
bag.
two nice, really good bags, but
It's a nice bag.
it was nice bag too. It's a nice bag.
T-shirt,
You're gonna
like,
get a bag to be able to put all your materials and your moleskin, all the things in. You just don't want to be left behind. My thing is, sometimes when you've gone all day and you haven't eaten, and you finally get home to sit down and you like eat yourself out of house and home because you didn't know how hungry you were. When you finally, after this 1,000 degree heat we all living in right now, and you finally get a drink of water, you didn't realize how thirsty you really were.
mm,
You don't even know right now what you need as a leader sometimes
Yeah.
until you get to it. I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. Just don't be left behind. Just come try it out. Come see it. You won't regret it. Like Moranji said, put your shoe money. I buy shoes every paycheck because I love them. I'm a sneakerhead. But I'm gonna have to stop these next couple of months so I can pay for my conference registration. So there's no shoes for me because I gotta know I can wear a pair that somebody hasn't seen yet.
Oh,
And so whatever you need to sacrifice for yourself, that is the ultimate sacrifice when you do something for you. As Black leaders and as leaders, we take care of people, children, and we take care of them in ways that we will never see the reward back from it. We take care of our communities in ways that they will never take care of us. We take care of our instructional soups and when they come into our building and we roll out the red carpet and do all of these things and we don't even get a thank you. This summit is your thank you. This summit is your you are enough. This summit is you were created for this, and this summit is your I see you. So show up.
That's
it's your
good.
water. It's your water. It's your
That's
water.
good. Oh,
By
y'all,
the
thank
water.
you.
It's your water by the water.
It's your
Battle
water.
water, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hope
The
y'all
water.
heard it was multiple layers
Water.
and everything that was being said. That's so good. You all just heard it directly from 3 leaders who lived it out. Baltimore, this fall, we're building, you all heard me say this a few times, this summit around anchor, steward, design, and mobilize. And everything you all just heard is about that all in one summit. The link, we're going to put the link in the comments to register. I already saw some of y'all say, I'm ready to register. That's good. But before you close your laptop, register. Meet us there. In Baltimore, we're building a room for us. And when I say we, it is the collective genius of Black leaders. And we want you all to bring your genius to that space so you can leave with a bag. Hope y'all call it. It's not just a physical bag. You're gonna get it. It's a bag too. There's also a bag that you can take back to your districts. It's a nice bag of wisdom and skills and frameworks and tools and moleskins, I guess. But this is the room that we're building for you all.
Yeah. Delonte, you've said all the things. I think that you really have put us in a space to really think about and get excited about Baltimore. To our panelists, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for your honesty, for giving your time. To leaders you haven't even met yet, this is what the network is about pouring into each other. Hopefully, all of you all that are there, you have felt poured into. That's exactly what this is for. It's exactly what this network is about. And we are so excited to see you by the water to help you get your drink. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you all for your time.
All right. My pleasure. Love y'all.
We'll see you in Baltimore. Y'all take care.
All right.
Link in the comments.